Sorry to hear about your dad, a great ambassador for Leeds United, England, and having spoken to him on many occasions, a very, very sad day.
It was, yeah. He was, he'd been ill for a little time, and just, it was his time. So he loved his time at Kettering. He loved coming to the games, didn't he? And he was, I can remember him being here actually, trying to coach some of the players how to bend the ball down the line with his brogues on, and Bo Patrick telling him, "You don't do it like that, Terry. You do it like this."
Well, he did manage Brazil, didn't he? But so how things are you? I know you're no longer at Barrow. You've been around quite a bit since you were at Kettering, Swindon, and Bristol City, etc. Forest Green, doing very well, aren't they? So it's a nice little break from it.
Yeah, I was 5 years at Forest Green. Obviously got them into the Football League and in the playoffs a couple of times, and I had a good spell. And then I found myself out of work in the summer. Barrow made me a really good offer, but it's a very difficult club to manage logistically.
You're still based in Solihull, are you?
That's correct. They obviously play in Barrow and based in Manchester a couple of times a week training, so it was a difficult club to manage. But I think my biggest achievement in management, and I'm not being sarcastic, was when I left, being Barrow 6 points, 7 with a goal difference, clear of relegation.
Yeah,
that's how difficult the job was.
And also, you had that great time at Darlington, taking them to the final and winning the FA Trophy.
That's right. Yeah, I went to Wembley again with Darlington, won the final. It was a great day. 3 really good years at Swindon. Got to the playoff final in League One, and then obviously got promoted at Forest Green. So I've done all right. I've enjoyed it, and it's really nice to come back.
But a bit different to you when you were at Rockingham Road, though, with the side that you brought, which was a fantastic side in those days. Really, look at those players that all went on to do something in the Football League, majority of them, and again, an interesting time under an interesting chairman.
When I walked in here today, I wasn't sure what to expect, because we trained here and it was nothing. And my overriding feeling was sadness of what we used to have at Rockingham Road, and the atmosphere and the old-fashioned stadium and the pitch, and it was an amazing time, wasn't it?
It was superb. We had some great laughs along the way, didn't we? As well.
And just chatting to the supporters, my feeling was of sadness that it's this now, but they're just over the moon that they've still got a football club, which is rightly so.
Well, that is part and parcel of it. I mean, we won't go into the reasons why Kettering lost Rockingham Road and almost went out of business, but I'm sure you've got an indication of your time there why that happened. And sad when you consider how much you built the side up and how we did very, very well. And I remember you saying to me, when we played Cambridge United, beat them, I think it was 2-0, your last game.
Yeah.
You said to me on that day, if I'm offered a contract now, I'd stay at the club.
That's right, yeah.
And that didn't happen, and I think that was probably the biggest mistake that Imran Laddha made.
I didn't want to go, but I knew it was I knew that it wasn't going to work at Peterborough because of the way at the time that club was. It was a championship club. I wasn't ready for that. There was a lot of issues at Peterborough, and I wanted to stay at Kettering because we were top of the National League. I was convinced we'd win it that year with the side we had.
Well, also we played Hartlepool, didn't we, in the
That's
FA
right.
Cup, and of course it would have been a dream
Leeds
game
United.
for you at Leeds United, being with your dad at Leeds and all the legendary stuff that goes there. It was just a shame that it couldn't finish off the way that it did.
Like I say, I didn't want to go, and but there was nothing for me. Imran said, "No, you have to go."
Very nice of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, but listen, that's
that's football, I suppose.
He had his reasons, and I'd probably come a bit too popular. And funnily enough, I've spoke to Imran a couple of times over the years. And,
was that when he was in prison, was that?
I think it was just before and just after. So, bless him.
Yeah, it was a good time. In saying that, the fors and against, it certainly got the public around Britain knowing who Kettering Town were, and you've certainly gone on since then. So
I still speak to most of the boys.
I was going to ask you that. Do you still speak
most
to Beardo
and
Dents?
Braids and Nicky Eden, Yash.
Because Nicky had a spell here, unfortunately, it didn't work out for him.
That's right. All of them. There's loads of them in Branston, Exodus.
Well, he played in a pre-season friendly for us a couple of seasons ago, and just to see how he'd get on,
Could do with him today with his long throw on this pitch, couldn't you?
Well, he could. I mean, what's been your impression of the first half so far?
I feel really sorry for the players and the manager, because it's just a percentage second ball game. It's impossible to get any quality. and it is basically about getting the ball in the corners and slinging the ball in the box. You can't get any quality in it. It's difficult for the players.
It is. I mean, I know Collier said on record on Tuesday how difficult the pitch is, but it's a game. I suppose you've got to get on with it and hope for the best. And
yeah, watch it. I've seen his teams play before. The manager, Ian Culverhouse, and really good Kings Lynn team. Really easy on the eye. Really good football, and they'd be killing him this pitch to not be able to do what he wants to do, I would think. And
well, he wants to play the ball on the floor, doesn't he, and play it around.
And I'm sure that'll be high on his list of things for
the future.
The chairman to do next year is get him a decent pitch.
Well, we've said that for quite a few years. I mean, surprisingly, it has improved over the years. When we first came here, Mark, it was dreadful. You know, I mean, you know yourself, as you say, when we trained up here, before all this infrastructure was put in, it was just like a cow patch, wasn't it? And the first couple of seasons, like the Somme. But
because Bo Patrick wasn't doing the pitch, see?
Touche. Yeah. But God bless him as well. Of course, he's no longer with us, but he was the heart and soul of Burton. And but the pitch has improved considerably, believe it or not. And to have grass on it this time of the year is amazing also. But your future then, what are you looking to do go forward for?
Just see what I'm going to have a break. The summer's coming.
On the beach.
That's right, and I go and see my mum and spend a bit of time with her, and there'll be opportunities in the summer, and I want to go somewhere where I have a chance, and not somewhere where
you've had a few interesting chairmen, haven't you, in your career? I mean, I've been following your career, and you've not been many places where I would say the chairman's probably been on your side.
I could write a book, but I'd probably get shot if I told you
said that when you were at Kettering.
Yeah, you've got Kettering, the Swindon regime, and Darlington, Raj.
That was incredible dancing. You get them to the final and win it, and then
I got a phone call on the Sunday telling me the club was in administration and we're all unemployed. So listen, that's football, and you've got to be ready for the next chapter, and that's where I am now.
Well, it's great to see you. What brought you here today, Mark?
So I've come with my boy Charlie, and we were looking. He's injured at the minute, and we were looking at games to go and watch. We were wary of the traffic, with it being bank holiday, and it was the only one that was in with sort of an hour that we thought we'll go and have a look and just go back to grassroots and take a game in.
We certainly are at grassroots here. We're trying to improve the stadium. There could be another stand that's going to go in here, doesn't it?
You know, brings back a lot of memories for me. Yeah, it's great.
But thank you, Mark, for coming up. Great to see you.